Well, hello Glue Troopers, Max and Max's Models here, and what I'm going to do is I'm shooting a bunch of stuff out here in the Tarbus, and I'm going to make a series of videos because with all the study and everything I got going on, and what I thought I might do is, you've got to take breaks. You can only study so much, and I've hit that point in the day. It's the evening, beautiful evening down here in Florida. It's out in the Mustang earlier, wanting to run a few errands. It was a day made for a convertible. It was the best time of year to be in Florida. Anyway, I've been realizing that trying to crank out videos every day or a couple of them a day, which I love doing, but I've got, with all the study and everything, to be gone for a while. So what I'm going to do is make a kind of a little series of videos, and then just go ahead and make them in batches, and then I'll set them up for timed release. So while I'm off in training, there'll be some stuff going on. At the end of this video, there's going to be a bunch of footage that I shot, just sort of like test footage. It's really boring. It's just me walking around showing everything in the Tarbus, and it's probably stuff you've already seen. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. What's amazing is that 12 by 30 exterior dimensions, I cannot believe how fast I run out of space in here. One of the things I'm considering doing, which you'll probably hear me blathering about later, but of course, remember, these are just thoughts off the top of my head, nothing scripted. So what I'm thinking about doing is, the paint booth is right here, but it's with trying to shoot videos down here and build down here, it gets a little crowded, especially if I have Ken or someone here. What I believe I'm going to do, because these are working tables, this is not a prop table. This is all these paints in here and everything. There's my Mr. Surfacer. These are actually things that I build here. And the Skyhawk is coming along. The DC-8 is going to need, now that everything's hardened and dried, I can still, even though it's all plugged up, I can still see the seam as like a little trough there. So I'm gonna have to dress that up. That's too big and visible just to ignore. Although the Airbus is looking great. I've got all the components for the USS Arizona. I still have to build I have to add some photo etch braces underneath the gunnery towers, and also do the photo etch aircraft catapult. But other than that, most of it's ready to go, ready for paint. Of course, I'll pre-paint everything. This has all been primed and it's ready to go. There is a piece of tape on here, so when I peel that, you'll have the black water line, and it's all coming together. I brought that Orient Express model out here. I haven't decided how I'm going to paint it yet, but that's going to be just a fun build. The Captain Kirk, now that I've let the paint dry, I think the tone is pretty good. I just got to put the gold and black on it. So a lot being here, a lot here is coming, making progress. And of course, I've got the Sky Raider over on the Vietnam table, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 open projects, not including the Douglas Royal Cruisers. Oh, I'm sorry, 7. And so I really need to not be opening any more boxes until I get these done. So that is where we're at with that. So now I will start videotaping, what I call them Max's Model Shorts. And that's what we're going to do. I need to take a little time away from the biplanes. I've actually tried using white glue on those struts, because the same struts keep popping off, and I've used so much glue on there that you're having to file off the old glue, and parts that small, it's really getting problematic. So I'm hoping the white glue, which kind of works like a cheap resin, anchors things in place and kind of dries around them. I'm letting that harden overnight, and if that doesn't work, I'll go to the epoxy, and if that doesn't work, I'll just quit rigging them and just continue building them, but hopefully I'll get the rigging finished. That was not the best thought out project in the world. If I do something like that again, I think I'm going to go do like Bruce said, find the smallest guitar wire I can and just CA or white glue that into place, because the Easy line is great for rigging ships and stuff, but these 1/72nd scale models, it's actually a little problematic, and it's not the Easy line's fault. That's great stuff. It's just getting it to mount. The other option is to dab white glue or CA glue on the tip and just drop it in place, let it harden, and then stretch it and try to repeat the process. But that means literally every single piece needs to be glued in place, let it dry, stretch it, glue it in place with a clamp, let it dry, then go to the next one. I mean, that's some really tedious stuff. But then again, 1/72 scale biplanes are kind of known as the the most difficult things there are to rig. So I'm sure some of you guys can think, well, is it really any that harder than rigging a model car engine with all the wires and cables? Yes, it is. And that's not to say that rigging model cars is easy, because it's not. I've done it. But anyway, so now I'm just rambling. Let me get started on making some of these vignettes for timed release. We'll see you guys later, and as always, model on. So the idea would be to have the camera pretty much set up here for most videos, and move that paint booth to the other end, and probably just put a regular workstation there. But not a huge deal, but I think it would create a little more room down in this end where I can use it. It's amazing, as big as this thing is, I still managed to run out of space somehow. Go figure that one out. So to do the Captain Kirk, I actually tried to get the paint as close as I could and put a dab on the box so I could compare it. And I'd say it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but close enough for what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm afraid if I keep playing with it, I'm just going to make it worse. I maybe could darken that just a tint, but that's when things go wrong. So what do you think? Is Captain Kirk worth another try to get a little bit closer color, or should I stay with good enough? So these components, these photo etch components, I finally got them done and primed. I just have to paint them with the, I believe it's 898 is the style. These really do look better than what came in the box with it. I have to give them credit. So some of these other components, here's the stack with the replacement photo etch components on top. That's star. The bomb guard for the stack. Really does look good. And so I'm looking forward to getting painting on those and getting it, making some headway on this. It's just been a little while since I've been working on it because so many other things going on. So I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with this Orient Express Sci-Fi airliner. But I want to do something that's cool. I thought about Eastern or Pan Am or TWA, one of the long gone legacy carriers. But fortunately, the good side is that there's no trouble finding aftermarket airline decals. Although I probably have some in the stash. I just don't really see myself building it with the decals that came with it. Nothing wrong with them. It just I want to do something a little more creative. So what are your suggestions? I'm kind of leaning towards Eastern Airlines, but it would look cool in TWA markings or Pan Am. Oh gosh, right back to that same Boolean loop, Eastern, TWA, or Pan Am. I'll make up a mind, Max. But one thing you can count on will be a retro classic paint scheme, whatever it is. Well, tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you later. Then as always, model on.